Yes, my people, welcome back to Tenacious Trading Group, and I'm just gonna go over the weekly recap. So, I don't know, the 20th was Monday, right? And for some reason, Monday doesn't exist for me, or there wasn't enough volume that happened on Monday. 'Cause if you guys look at the bottom here and we scroll, it goes from 19th to the 21st, so there was a jump. And even when I'm on the 1 minute time frame, by the way, so I don't know what happened on the 20th. It must have been a jump or something. So we're just gonna start off on the Tuesday, which is the 21st. So look, you see that? It just jumps from 19th to the 21st, which makes no sense. Even the 22nd is a bit funny because look, if I just go back, remember the 19th? If you look at the bottom here, 19th, it skips from the 19th to the 21st, but the 21st there's no data. It just goes to 11, and then the next day like that. So I don't know what's happened there, but is what it is, isn't it? So obviously this is a new day now. So now I'm basically trading from the 22nd. So obviously for those of you that know, I trade between 3 to 5 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And if we look at what's going on right now, we have a market structure break over here. We have a market structure break over there. You can see that price is bullish based off the SMAs. We can see that price tapped into this area of supply and demand, or the unmitigated move origin, if you want to be a bit more precise. We also can see that we have an SBS where potentially that could be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or I mean, you could also have it as this, where that's the 1, that's the 2, this is still the 3, this is still the 4, and then this is still the 5. Or you could potentially have this as a 4, 5. Really depends on how you see the sequence. But either way, we have the things that we want to be looking for. Bearing in mind, I am on a 5 minute chart. Let me just quickly go over to the 1 hour chart, see what's going on. So on the 1 hour chart, we can see how price is very, very bullish, well above the SMAs. And even on our 1 hour chart, we've had a higher time from SBS from this MSB over here, where now this is 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, this is potentially the 4, and then this is the 5. You can see that we've gone below the SMA, so you might have not partaken in this trade. However, now we've gotten above the SMA, so now you might start looking for a trade that potentially helps you take this trade higher. You can see how on a 1 hour chart we've tapped into this unmitigated move origin, and obviously price has moved up. So we can see that on both time frames price is bullish, SMAs are bullish. So it just makes sense for me to be looking for potential longs. And obviously we have this 5 minute chart here. And if you want to be a little bit more cute, you can always go to the 1. And on 1 minute we're actually below the SMA. So if I'm now looking for an entry based off the 1 minute chart, then I can't look for a trade. But let's just say on the 1 minute you saw something that you liked, like this, then potentially this could be the 1, this could be the 2, this could be the 3, this could be the 4, 5, and you can see how price reacts with the 200 SMA. It doesn't quite take out the previous higher high, but it's enough where you could have caught, a little winner there potentially. But let's just go back to the 5 minute chart. So let's see. So as price plays out, we take out our previous higher high. So obviously gone past my trading time now, but if you're looking for an entry, then you draw it from the low to the high. You tap the 618. That's the first entry there. You could also see that this candle here is an IB candle because you close it inside this candle. So you could have also entered like that. where it stops below this candle here, targeted at 1.5R. Obviously that's already been exceeded, or potentially you could have used a CSS. So this is my last down up candle, so you can clearly see that this is my last down candle. We've closed above it, we've came back into it, so now I'll enter for buy stop, and obviously it's basically the same protected low in terms of my stop is still at this low here, and obviously you'll target whatever. I mean, as well, if you guys can see it, you also have an SPS combo where this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4, this is the 5. You guys can see that, and also price also shoots higher. So in terms of looking for a trade, this was perfect. Had SPS, high time frame aligned, high time frame SPS, multiple entry confirmations that you can potentially use, and no, we don't have RSI, but that doesn't really matter in this situation here. And obviously price has taken out our previous higher high. So now I'm going to go over to the next day. So throughout the PM, New York PM and Asia, you guys can see for yourself what price has done. You can see how price is very, very bullish. We've come back into this area here where now this could be 1, this could be 2, this could be the 3. The price is set for 5, price shoots higher. So that could be something that you might be interested in, and obviously you take the trade. But you might say that this was a protected low because this was a MSB from here. So for you that could be a protected low, but however you guys can see for yourself, you've rigged the protected low. But either way, you still have your 1, you still have your 2, you still have your 3, you still have your 4, you still have your 5. It just really depends on how you see the markets, but this could be a nice trade for you. Maybe if you're trading in Asia, and you can see for yourself how we've taken out this high as well. We ain't quite pulled back into it, but we know that price doesn't have to. But now it's 3 o'clock now, my time. So let's just see what's happened now. So I mean, it would be nice for price to pull back into the zone. I know that we don't necessarily have to, but when also when I look at my 1 minute time frame, I can see that price is kind of choppy based off the SMA, but also based on structure. It's kind of a little bit choppy, but right now it looks like if we're looking at structure properly, then it looks like price is in a pullback phase. The reason why is because we have taken out this internal low. Internally we've taken out this low, so I could potentially expect some sort of pullback, and then when I let price play out, yeah. So I mean, this is very subjective, but that could be your 1, this could be the 2, this could be the 3, that could be the sweep where this is the 4, this is the 5, and then if you look carefully, you guys can see how there's an IB candle within this. But why would I not take the trade? The reason why I will not take the trade is because we're going against the SMA. However, maybe on my 1 minute, this is a perfect trade. We're below the 200 SMA, and internally, if you're potentially looking for a flip, we took out this high, and we ended up taking out this low here, and then we have SBS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reacted off the SMAs nicely, and obviously we've taken out our previous lower low. If you were trying to enter off the fib, you guys can see you tapped the 618 very nicely, and obviously that low got taken out. And let's say you missed that trade, no problem. Why is that? Because we took out this low, we pulled back. What did we end up doing? Tapping to this unmitigated move origin, and what's happened? We've dumped again. So you know, how can I say this is not a good move? How can I say this is not a good trade? I saw the setup and I traded the setup, right? I followed the SMAs, I followed structure, I followed the SBS, I waited for price to tap into an area of interest, and what's happened? Price reacted from those areas of interest based off my 1 minute time frame. The minute I go to my 5 minute time frame, I can actually see that price is actually bullish. However, remember how I said that potentially price is in a pullback phase because we took out that internal low. However, externally price is bullish. So now maybe do we tap into this? No, we don't. But potentially, I mean, if you're gonna be very, very cheeky, then I mean you could also have this as the 1, this as the 2, this as the 3, where price sweeps 4, 5. Would I necessarily take this trade? Potentially not. I mean, I could have potentially used an SBS model 1, but you guys can clearly see that we don't tap into it, so I can't really take a trade from there. I mean, internally, if we do potentially flip, I can start looking for something, but we have gone past my trading time, so anywho, we'll see what's happened over the course of the next trading day. So we're back now, and this is the last day, Friday. So I don't know if you guys have spotted, but this would probably be the better SBS. 1, 2, 3, where this was the sweep. This could be the 4, 5. We don't quite push. I mean, we do have a nice direction higher, but potentially is not enough to take out this previous higher high. So that could always symbolize that potentially this is a weak high. I mean, it is a weak high, isn't it? But this could symbolize that this might be a weak low potentially. We just gotta wait and see. But you can see how the SMAs are kind of telling us something. We're kind of just stuck between a range. No, I wouldn't say a range, but price doesn't know what it wants to do. It doesn't know if it wants to head higher. Doesn't know if it wants to head lower. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. But if technically this is my protected low, this is the weak high. Internally we took out this low. Internally we took out this low. Then we took out this high. Well, this high. So now theoretically we're trading between this low here and this high internally. So yeah, you guys can see we're taking out this low, taking out this low, took out the high. So right now, technically, internally we are bullish. Externally we are technically bullish as well. However, I will just wait and see what's really going on. Ideally, I would like for this high to get taken out before I start looking for any trade. Potentially get above the SMAs, and then I might look for something. And obviously, if we let price play out, we ended up taking out that protector low. So as I said before, right now, the minute we tapped into this area of interest, which was the SNDR responsible for causing this market structure break, we had a nice reaction where price bounced from here, but it wasn't enough to take out this high. Potentially you could have said that this was a double bottom where we had a better reaction. However, you know, we wasn't able to push through this area of supply and demand and take out this previous higher high. So as I said before, this could symbolize that this was a weak low and that this was a weak low, and that price might want to run these lows. So it looks like bearish order flow is now in control, because we would have disrespected bearish order flow, such as this area here when we tapped into it, you know, such as this area here. We would have pushed through these areas, but it looks like price doesn't want to. And also you guys can see for yourself that the SMAs are also telling us something, you know, that there's a shift within the structure. So obviously I've gone past my trading time now, but let's just see what's happened over the course of the session. But I'm gonna go to my 1 hour chart and we just look at everything. So let me just clear my charts. So when I just go to my 1 hour chart and we actually look at everything, we can actually see that that could be the 1, this could be the 2, this could be the 3, this could be the 4, and this could be the 5. And potentially it could be that we're coming from this zone here, you know. I can also wait for price to sweep these lows here if I want to be a bit more precise, you know. I could wait for price to tap into this wick fractal, which could also end up being a SBS model 1. But we can just see that on a higher time frame that price wanted to pull back, and you know, price needs to do what? Expand, pullback, expand, pullback, expand, pullback. So now it looks like price was just in the pullback leg. Potentially is now tapped into something on the left, and now potentially it wants to push on higher. It doesn't have to, and we might still be in a pullback phase where price is just doing this. You know, tapping something on our left, and then we might push back higher. But until then, I can only trade what I see what I trade. But you can see how someone might have got cooked on a lower time frame, but the minute you zoom out, you guys can see that price was just in a pullback phase. But I hope that's it for this week. Obviously, the recap will be going on for next week, but as I always say, victory belongs to the most tenacious. Whoever in the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you lots next week, innit? Love my people. Ciao.